This year is about forging a solid path forward with a deep commitment to our mission, vision, and values. We are turning ambition into action and delivering a real, measurable impact to our community. We are rethinking and reshaping how we best serve and ensuring that every step we take moves Mesa County forward. In this State of the County, you'll see how Team Mesa, working hand in hand with our residents, businesses, and partners, is delivering meaningful change.
In my role as county administrator, I've really been focusing on how we better serve our residents, making Mesa County more efficient, more responsive, more accountable, and more aligned with the vision of our county commissioners. Currently, we're seeing an impact to funding that we've seen come into the county from the federal level, state level. A lot of those funds are tied to one-time projects. What we do as the county, we look at those services that we're providing and what's ongoing versus what's a one-time project. For Mesa County, it's about working smarter, not harder, right? It's about maximizing the resources that we have, utilizing technology to help us get there, as well as helping us to keep the best track of our taxpayer dollars to really make sure we're maximizing the use and the priorities of that funding. At the end of the day, Mesa County is here to make sure that we provide the essential services necessary for this county to be successful. For us, it's about making that dollar stretch. It's about getting more bang for the buck and helping us to provide those services. At the same time, we're looking at ways to get more innovative and stretch every dollar we have. And whether that's through partnerships or technology or looking at all the other options within our toolkit, we're going to maximize those resources to make it happen. So I think for Mesa County, we have a strong foundation, right? We have some opportunities to continue to build on that. That's the direction we're moving. We have great collaboration. We have great electeds, department heads, staff throughout this organization, and this is just the start of something much, much bigger. My goal for the next year is to make Mesa County the best county in the state.
Water just has a special place for me. I had the pleasure of serving on both the Colorado Roundtable Basin and also the Gunnison Roundtable Basin. Growing up in Mesa County and Palisades specifically, we were really tied to the water, and that was really tied to the land, and it was tied to our economy. And that just made a huge impact for me growing up. So it was an easy transition into my commissioner work, focusing on water. Water it's everything in Mesa County. And it's so important that we protect that. Not only protect it, but protect our infrastructure. Our infrastructure is so vital here. When we look out onto the Grand Valley landscape, we have lush greenery where our canal system has irrigated this land. And then when there is not canal systems and irrigation, it is pretty dry. And you can see that in Mesa County. And so really, we want to make sure that when we're working with our infrastructure in Mesa County, when we're working with water, we're making every effort to protect that and protect that for our residents. And really, it translates into prosperity and a thriving Mesa County. It's been an historic time for water, historic time for these conversations to take place. And I'm really proud of our efforts here in Mesa County. We were able to donate $1 million to the preservation of the Shoshone water rights. That was just a huge historic accomplishment. Not often do we get to see these major impactful strides. So I'm just really blessed that I could be part of that conversation and really fight for what's important to Mesa County. Japanese beetle is something I've been blessed to work on for 3 years now. And we're seeing so much great progress. We've had an 86% reduction with the Japanese beetle this year. And what's so exciting about the Japanese beetle is our community has worked together so well. Whether you're in the hot zone and the county is doing a spray program for your lawn, or you're out of that hot zone, people are applying Rub-X to their lawn just as a precaution. And I think that that's just the power of our community. We've done so well working together. We've had a 90% compliance rate on people who would like their lawns sprayed with the county. And that just really speaks to everybody seeing what the mission is. And that mission is to make sure that the Japanese beetle is fully eradicated. We don't want an export ban. We want to make sure that our food producers have everything that they need to be successful. And so we're really excited to keep working on that. And the results have been excellent.
One of those areas that I'm very interested in continuing to serve and serve well is our roads. People don't realize how many roads we have in Mesa County. We have almost 1,500 miles of asphalt road, and then dirt roads. Most people don't realize how many dirt roads we have. We have almost 1,500 miles of dirt road in the county. And so all those take service. If it's a dirt road, we're blading it, adding new gravel. We're gonna add close to 120,000 tons of gravel this year to our dirt roads. Our hard surface roads, we're gonna do about 19 miles of Cape Seal, about 7 miles of slurry, and then another 15 to 20 miles of chip and seal. We're doing our best with the budget that we have to make sure that these roads get maintained. We're still spending the same percentage of our budget on those roads, but we're able to do less because of inflation. So we're having to get creative right now because we don't have as much money as we used to have, percentage-wise, to put towards roads and do the same mile of asphalt and chip and seal as we used to. So we're getting creative with some Cape Seals and slurry seals and where we do chip and seals, focusing on our roads that are good and make sure we maintain those so they don't deteriorate. But also, not this year, but next year, gonna be doing some overlay on roads that really need it. So we're having to get strategic, we're having to tighten the belt, but still give our community the same level of service that they expect. There is not a straight north-south corridor all the way through the Grand Valley right now. You're either hitting a railroad, a river, or something like that. And 29 Road would have been the first straight thoroughfare all the way through, which kind of creates this regional transportation corridor. It takes people off of side streets, which makes transportation more intuitive, safer. We went to the voters for bonding approval last fall, basically asking, can we go and get a loan? We weren't raising taxes, can we go out and get a loan for this project? And they said, no, not right now. And so what we're doing right now, we still have some funding from the federal government to finish engineering, design, environmental studies, things like that. So we're gonna get this project to a good point where we can shelve it for the moment until we get another funding option. If I had one goal, I'd say it's continue to provide the same level of service, even though we know budgets are gonna dry up, pass-through funds are gonna dry up. So we've gotta get creative, we've gotta tighten our belt. It's gonna hurt in areas, but we wanna continue to provide those core services that people expect at the same level of excellence that they've always received here in Mesa County. And that's gonna be difficult with a lot of that peripheral money drying up.
I go back to a biblical verse that iron sharpens iron, and that's really what we have here at Mesa County. We have a team of people that have life experiences, and we bring those together. It's what we can do as a team to advance the ball forward. The top of my priority list is, again, listening to the people of Mesa County to craft a better community, to craft a better Mesa County. A lot of times for me is just having a casual conversation as I walk out of the gym, or maybe it's at church, or maybe I'm at a restaurant. I was at Texas Roadhouse, and a gentleman walked across the room and he introduced himself and he said, I'm Jason Morgan. I run a company based out of Knoxville, Tennessee called Morgan Mining. Maybe we could work together in the future through collaboration. And the fact that he needed the commissioners and the community to come together for workforce development. We've already provided a lot of the basic infrastructure to attract new businesses to our community. And so I came back to the table and worked with Team Mesa and our fellow commissioners, and we got on a conference call with Justin Morgan and his staff. And through that, we implemented and brought GJEP, Grand Junction Economic Partnership, into the picture. And they reached out to Justin and his staff and put together a package of tax incentives for Morgan Mining. And through that, we were able to bring 893 jobs to Mesa County. And these are good paying jobs. It's very exciting for our economy because we know that if we have a healthy economy, we also have a healthy community.
As we close this year's State of the County, we do so with a clear vision and accountability to the people we serve. Visit mesacounty.us to stay informed, engaged, and connected. The future of Mesa County isn't something we look forward to, it's something we create together.